Hey everybody, how's it going? Matt Hatter here from SSZ Canada. We're live. Sorry for the sound a little bit right now. I am using my Rift headset just so that I don't have to be switching in the middle of it. So tonight we're going to show you the newest build of the VR racing thing. We're calling it Rover Rally. VR PR Clutch, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Vapar Clutch. I'm not sure how to pronounce people's names. I'm sorry if I butcher your name in advance. Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much. So I did put out a new build. It's at ssz.ca/cars. You can find that in the description down below. So I am just going to quickly jump in, and I will be playing the exact same packaged version that you guys all can get right now at the same link. So you're going to notice right away a lot of improvements. Oh, Vapor. Perfect. Welcome, Vapor, to the stream. I apologize for that. So we're going to jump in now inside my HMD. I am going to try and look at the messages as often as I possibly can inside my HMD. So the first thing you're going to notice now is that we have a background for Rover Racing. It's set in space, which is kind of why we're calling it Rover Racing. You can also now use the reset. Things aren't as nice as they should be. This is still very early development build. And while we're talking, I'm just going to pull up monitor 2. There we go, so that I can check chats and what have you, see where I am. So we have now 2 full tracks that you can race on. And we have a couple of tracks that are going to be started and released within the next couple of days. So the first track we'll look at is what used to be the upper track. It's now considered the blue track. So we're going to walk over. You can see the car's little. If I stand up, you can see just how little it actually is. I'm going to kind of sit back down, just make sure that I'm still on the camera here so that everybody can see what's going on. Oh, not a problem. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great night. So we're going to jump inside of our car now, and in order to do that, there's this little red orb. We're just going to smack the little red orb, and now it's going to put us all nicely inside of the car. So as you can see, we have our steering, and we have this. So we're going to set out, and as we cross the gate, it's going to start the timers for us. So we'll just rip along here like so, and I am just using my standard Oculus Touch controllers for this. There are no real sounds at the moment, and I apologize for that. We couldn't get the engine sounding nice enough that we would want to release it to you guys, so we thought it better to just put it out with no sound for now. It'll definitely be cleaned up before the master computer full release. So as you can see, I'm just kind of taking it slow so we can get around here, and I can kind of show everybody what's going on. Up and around. It's the same layout as the upper track was before, so if you've been practicing on the previous versions, no problem. This one, this track specifically, is going to be no issue, and just kick it forward, so we're going fast. There we go. Everything turns green. We know that we are done. I did it in 49.347 seconds. The racing physics, okay, so we're not really designed as a physics simulation, for example. So it does work on physics. However, that's not the primary focus of it. It's more meant to be arcadey than a full racing simulation. And currently, we haven't tested it with a racing wheel or pedals, but definitely we can look at doing that. So I am just going to kind of pull back a little bit so I can reach the reset button. There we go. Oh, I keep opening the wrong menu. Wait, why is my reset view not coming up? Oh, there it is. So we can now reach forward and smack the reset game. It's not quite as fast as we want it to be yet, but there you go. It's already reloaded, and you can see I'm playing the same ones that you guys are. That's not my fastest time, so it hasn't updated. And I did just notice in this build, as I was getting ready to go live, that the overall track, so the track display at this one, when you finish it, it's not going to actually update for you. So you want to keep track of this one manually. We'll release a quick hotfix for that probably tomorrow just to get that working again. But there we go. We're out on the second track. This one's a nice dark track, you can see making use of those new headlights at the front. And when we get into the dark, everything gets nice. Everything is super turned up graphics wise. I'm playing on a 2070 and I'm playing with absolutely no issues and streaming. I can't guarantee this will work on Oculus min specs. This is not release ready yet. So we're kind of up and over, down. We got this dark track and we don't want to go too fast over this bump or we wipe out. And around here, keeping it wide. And then up and over. A little bit of brakes. And you can see, like I said, I'm just playing with my Oculus Touch controllers. We do plan to support everything. Now, our previous version did not work on the HTC products. This one will. Let me just make that clear. So if you have any HMD, any VR HMD, this should work. If you have any issues on any of the systems, please let us know straight away, and we will get those taken care of. We're all about making sure that everybody can play the game. We will also be adding 3D to this zone, the 3D support to this zone for people who don't have VR. That's in the pipeline, but is not done yet. No, I got going a little bit too slow, so I know that I got a big long straightaway here. You can also see now we've moved the speed down onto your steering wheel, which is kind of a little bit more out of the way for you. And then we're going to go around here, duck in, and there's the finish line here. And we're going to set another time. Bam, everything turns green and let us know we've finished. 1:16.487. There's my time there. We are planning on adding AI as well. And as for the non-space maps, everything in our game is actually editable. So that's not going to be an issue. You're eventually going to be able to just make your own tracks and put whatever sort of environment you want around it. Let me just get back towards the camera. There we go. So yeah, like I said, everything in Master Computer is designed to be editable, to be redesigned however you want, using whatever meshes you want. And there's that little error that I'm talking about. The green track is not actually updating to the board, and I didn't notice that, or I wouldn't have packaged and gone live. But of course, we'll release a quick hotfix for that, so that's not a big issue. Yes, and the AI will definitely be there. So because we're using physics on the wheels, let me just go back to this other track again for those people who kind of just tuned in late. So because we use physics on the wheels, having the sort of simulation where you're going to be smashing into other cars won't be possible at the moment. We can look at expanding out this system. But again, this is one of hundreds of different systems that are going to be included in the master system, with plans for the master system to include 100 games in total, those being completely different. So far, we have 4 of them rolled in, this being the 4th. We also have None Shall Pass, which you can get as a standalone on our website, which is an archery game where you defend your castle. And then we also have Polybuilder, which has been completely revamped. You can see that new creation menu in some of our other videos. Oh, come on. That ruined a really good lap time. Yeah, garbage. 47,173. But if you'd like to give it a try, we would most definitely love to hear your feedback. We love to hear what everybody thinks about this. Okay, well, definitely have a look at iRacing. That's something to definitely keep in mind. So right now, this is, like I said, just a very basic system. But we do have plans to expand everything and flesh it out, make it much more playable and user-friendly. And of course, the track editors, as is kind of our bread and butter of making everything editable and user-made, so we can try to set a better lap time here. I don't even really have a good lap time on this one yet. We also have an upgrade system that's going to allow you to tune up the cars. So you're going to be able to lower the weight of the cars, increase the RPMs of the wheels, increase the torque a little bit, those types of things. It's not going to be as full fledged as, for example, an iRacing would be, just because this is not the primary focus of this game, of our program in and of itself. Uh, but we also want to make it usable enough and interesting enough that the people who enjoy racing games will still get enjoyment out of this zone, and it won't just be completely arcade mode. And I'll release another 2 tracks. Let's call it the day after tomorrow. So we have tomorrow and then the next day. So within 48 hours, we'll release another 2 tracks for this as well. And then I also want to just mention early now, and we'll put out an actual official release. Um, the reason that we have this version as a standalone the way it is right now is because when we were releasing the very early previews of this to the other developers, we found that Unreal Engine has gotten some errors with the new 4.24 update. So rather than wait for those, we're going to get fixed from Unreal Engine, we're going to roll back to the much more stable 4.23. So we will be announcing a small delay, which we do apologize for, but we do have to do a little bit of a delay in the 3.0 preview release, just so that we can roll back to the 4.23 in Unreal and hopefully get a lot of those errors sorted out. Pardon me. So one of the big errors that made us specifically consider rolling back and actually made it the ultimate decision for us is the fact that nobody who had an HTC product or a Valve Index was able to play our titles anymore. It broke our support for all of those. And with VR being as small as it is, already limiting ourselves to only a single HMD is not really a smart choice for an indie development studio such as ourselves. So we have decided it's better to delay and go back to the previous version of the Unreal Engine, which is going to allow us to maintain support and still release on our very heightened release schedule that we do, kind of releasing something every week kind of thing. We can't expect Unreal to keep up with that or to patch any of the bugs that they find that quickly. 4.23 is just much more stable. Across the line, there it is, 43. Still not my best, though. There we go. I'm just going to play 1 or 2 more rounds and answer any more questions or kind of comments that are going on in chat while I look up here. There we go. So I'll just jump back across the green track, and then after this, I'm going to sign off. This wasn't meant to be a long stream, just kind of to announce that we have the new version. Now you can get it at sszc.ca/cars. The contest is still going. The new track, there was no entries on the other version yet, so what we will do is just work from this version. So the contest will now go with these 2 maps as opposed to the previous version, which actually is no longer available. So if you got that, you should hold on to it. Nobody's going to have a copy of that except for those 150 or 200 people or so that downloaded it. I really want to get those engine sounds down. Although, when you think about it, this would probably be an EV in space, like an electric vehicle. So, I mean, rightly, this is probably exactly the right amount of sounds that you would actually be hearing in this situation. So, but again, we understand that it's not it's not as nice to play without some fancy sounds and those types of things. And also, our sound engineer would probably be quite mad um, if we left it like this. Not too fast. Oh, come on. That was actually a pretty good lap time, too. Wrap. Boom. 1-6. I think my record on here is 1-4 something. I don't actually keep track. I can't win the contest or anything like that. So I'll just check chat one more time, and we will do a quick last race on here, and then sign off for the night. Once again, just hit the little air orb, and you're in the vehicle. You can kind of center yourself. Brap. Oh, come on. Get that going again. So as you can see, it is loading very fast. Not quite as fast as it should be loading. But this is 100% just a standalone of the cars at this point. We haven't brought any of the actual master computer systems in, so we don't have any of our instantaneous loading systems. This is kind of a pale imitation of it that I threw together very quickly just for this version. Oh, come on. I get going too fast in that corner. I do that wipeout a lot, actually. I'm not a big race car person myself, so you guys out there definitely have lots of room for improvement, everybody. Brap. Here we go. Up and around. Oh, come on. We'll just finish this out. I'm going to be signing off anyway. It's definitely not going to be my record. Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the kids' tunes in the background, but they're great. Mommy shark, boo boo da boo boo ba doo. And if anybody's claiming copyright on those songs, just we're playing it on YouTube. Nope. And so, like I said, we don't have any sort of supports in place. So if you fall off, just go ahead and hit the reset button. It's going to reset the level for you. With that, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope everybody takes this opportunity to go and download the latest version of this build available at sszz.ca/cars. You can find it in the link down below. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Have a great night.